Okay, we all deal with disagreements, right? Every single day. Could be something small, like what are we having for dinner? Or it could be a huge blow up at work. And whenever we're in one, what's our first instinct? It's to solve it, to fix the problem. But what if that instinct is actually getting in our way?
I mean, think about it. The last time you were in an argument, what was your goal, really? For most of us, if we're being honest, it's to win. We want to prove our point, find that one right answer, and walk away feeling justified. We're just hardwired to find a solution.
Yeah, our whole culture kind of treats disagreements like they're puzzles. Like if we just talk long enough and dig deep enough and find all the facts, we'll find that one magic puzzle piece that makes everything click into place.
But then you see a quote like this, and it just stops you in your tracks. To believe that every problem can be solved is to misrepresent reality. Whoa. So what if some problems just don't have a neat and tidy solution? And what if our endless search for one is actually the thing making everything so much worse?
So let's break down this first approach, this first goal you can have, and that's the goal of resolution. This is all about finding the capital T truth, the answer. Right. So when you're looking for resolution, you are on a mission to find the truth. You're trying to diagnose the root cause of the problem and then fix it. The main objective here is to be correct, to get to a point where the problem is officially and definitively solved. A really good way to think about this mindset is to see the disagreement like a math problem. There's this underlying belief that a single, correct, verifiable answer exists somewhere. We just have to do all the emotional math to figure it out. So when it comes down to it, this path is all about the problem itself. It's almost like a crime scene investigation. You're constantly asking, well, how did this happen? And why did you do that? And you're doing it because you're totally convinced that there's one objective truth just waiting to be discovered. But there is a completely different way to look at this. What if the goal isn't to solve the problem at all? What if the goal is much simpler? What if the goal is just peace? See, the goal of peace has nothing to do with finding out who was right. It's all about stopping the harm. It's about ending that stressful, painful, completely draining fight, even if you never, ever agree on what actually happened or why.
And this is the fundamental switch. The focus completely shifts from the mechanics of the problem to the well-being of the people who are stuck in the middle of it. The questions change. It's no longer, what's the right answer? It's, can we move forward? Can we save this relationship? The difference here is just, it's huge. The focus is on the people, not the problem. This path actually accepts that, you know what, some things might not be solvable. And the most important goal isn't being right, it's just moving on. And this brings us to the most important part of this whole idea. These two goals, resolution, finding the truth, and peace, ending the fight, are often totally at odds with each other. In fact, going after one can actually make it impossible to get the other. That is the dilemma. You can really see it when you put them side by side. Resolution is all about the problem. Its goal is correctness, and it's always asking, what is the truth? Peace, on the other hand, is about the people. The goal is to end the fight, and it asks, can we just move on? Trying to answer both of those questions at the same time? Well, it's often impossible. But why? Why is that? I mean, why can't you get to the bottom of things and have peace? Well, let's look at how it actually works. Think about it. When you are relentlessly chasing resolution, when you keep digging, asking why, demanding someone admit they were wrong, trying to prove your point, you are actively making the fight last longer. It feels like an interrogation, which forces the other person to stay defensive. And you can't have peace when everyone's shields are up. And then there's the flip side. To get to a place of peace, you often have to make a really big sacrifice. You might have to give up on being proven right. You might have to just accept that you're never going to get that apology, or agree to disagree on something really fundamental, all for the sake of just ending the conflict. So what are we supposed to do with this? Look, this isn't about saying resolution is bad and peace is good. Not at all. Sometimes you absolutely have to solve the underlying problem. The key, the real takeaway, is realizing that you have a choice, that you have more than one tool in your conflict toolkit. The real power here comes from just being aware that this choice exists. So instead of automatically defaulting to must solve the problem mode in every single disagreement, you can actually hit pause, look at the situation, and consciously choose which goal makes the most sense right now. So here's how you can actually use this. The next time you feel yourself getting into it with someone, just stop. Ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. What is my primary goal right now? 2. Does this thing really need one final correct answer?
Is it a resolution situation? Or 3, is the most important thing for us to just stop fighting and move forward? Is this a peace situation?
And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. Think about the conflicts that are in your own life right now. You know, the lingering arguments, those old grudges, the relationships that feel a little tense. Which of those are you still trying to solve? And which of them, if you're being really honest with yourself, might just need peace?